I kind of just like alliances because I feel like it's easier to just like play Dota. I mean, I can see how NIGMA win because we're on a timer with Miracle, right? And it's a Miracle AM.
Yep, dive comes in as well, so Nico Baby and FNG taking extra damage on top of this. I mean, looking at the CS, if we look at Miracle, 11-1 in terms of CS, and Nico Baby 7-1. Still, obviously, quite early as first blood middle lane. Weehaw actually pops the salve and lives through it. Very nice. So this is
very good.
A player that has been getting a lot of hate recently, SyndereN. As we'll get to that in just a moment. Looks like Hanskin takes the tumble in the bot lane. Saving for whatever reason right now.
I mean, what else do you consider here? Ember needs a mana influx item. The hero is way too dependent on...
Bot lane, Weehaw does TP down there. We're going to see the first lasso of the game will result in a kill onto S4. Although Miracle is taking heavy damage as a result, but will live through the day. So Weehaw continuing his dominance.
So if you're not going bottle, maybe you would get some other item that helped you regen mana a little bit, like some sort of, I don't know, Bassy is good, or you could work on a drum.
Mind control though. Hold that thought, SyndereN. We're going to see the ensnare here into the shotgun. Mind control looks to be dead. LSA does connect with the cookie to follow. It's going to be an easy kill, which Limp desperately needed to help get back on track here in this game. What item build is Anti-Mage going for, SyndereN? God, I can't even begin to predict what type of item that hero goes for. As Weehaw top lane, lasso is available. I'm not able to find the range there. We'll continue on under the tower. He's going to get Snapfire cookied, and Weehaw! Oh dear. That is not what you want to see from your mid laner.
I know you joke about Anti-Mage, and I kind of agree. It's a relatively pigeonholed hero in terms of itemization in Pro Dota recently. I think it's mainly interesting to watch what AMs do when they have Magnus in the team, because then you don't have to buy Battle Fury. And then we see some creative stuff sometimes. Nico, oh, nice flame break.
Worked out the egg, but
that was a very nice flame
already
break.
alive.
Knocked him back up the hill. And indirectly it kind of was, right? They saw that move mid, and they immediately identify, okay, we have a chance of getting runes, and they just swoop in and take all of them. So very nicely reacted there.
I mean, in theory, they could have lived on Lifestealer as well as that, right? As S4 Arena onto Kuroki. TP support is coming. Solar is going to keep him healthy. Tombstone is down. Here comes Weehaw, though. Doing a lot of fire damage here, but they will lose one. Likely will be the trade, if not more. Nico Baby now did infest for a little bit, but Laguna Blade is there. And this looks to be another kill going away.
Oh, nice dodge.
NIGMA. Limp. Oh, that's a good ult from Snapfire. Mind control looks to be dead. So it ends up being a 2-for-2 as Weehaw now in the trees. Looks like Firefly's still on cooldown for a little bit.
And to end it all off, Rubik's going to steal Sticky Napalm, so that could set up some more plays for Alliance. Really, really good spell against multiple Radiant heroes. Oh, we're going to try to dive Wee. He's quick, though. And this could backfire badly.
Still applied to Limp. Searing Chains connects into the cookie. FNG puts himself in a little bit of a precarious spot, but attempting to run away now as the Sunray is just beating upon him with the Sticky Napalm. That's going to be a very easy kill for Team NIGMA. And Weehaw with the lasso. Limp doesn't? Yeah, he does have a Remnant up now as the egg is in pretty good position to stun him out. This looks to be yet another one on the way of the Radiant squad. And all the while, SyndereN, Miracle is top lane farming towards the very rare pickup of Battle Fury on Anti-Mage.
This level 9 Phoenix min at 1230 is going to be a big problem for Alliance to deal with, because GH can largely defend towers almost on his own with Fire Spirits and Sunray from very, very far away, and if you dive him, it can quickly get scary. So here's going to Sunray TP out. That TPing in is probably going to get... Nope, did not get canceled. What the fuck?
That was definitely a miscommunication. Discord stopped working for them. Something happened. A little bit of breakdown of communication. As Mind Control, he's in kind of a bad spot as well. He's going to get Searing Chains. Laguna Blade does come out in the hand skin, but he's going to stay alive under the cover of the Tombstone NIGMA, trying to work their way to get more kills here. LSA does connect onto S4. He will be surrounded and actually mana voided by Miracle.
Oh,
so a 2-for-1. They lose Weehaw. Historically speaking, for a mid laner, he has kind of been like that sacrificial lamb on a lot of the teams, including DC back in the day.
I think that's something a lot of people underestimate about him as a player, is how much his aggression dictates the game, right? He has games where he overextends and does it too much and flat out just feeds, right? It does happen. But a lot of the time, as we're gonna see him probably die here, maybe not. Maybe yes. Yeah, he's dead.
Well, he gets the lasso off, but dies.
That's even worse.
You were praising him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what I was saying was, when you look at NIGMA's strategy, it's not a problem if Weeha dies many times in this game. It actually is not an issue whatsoever, as long as he is dying to 3 heroes every time that are making rotations that take time. Oh, nice. Flame Break.
Flame Break cancels that cookie.
Nice.
The egg is coming out as well. Eggs and cookies, not the greatest combination, especially when they're on opposite teams. They will find a Snapfire kill. Mind Control, he's going to get arena'd and likely just brought down immediately with the Tombstone, and SyndereN keeping him alive. Mind Control somehow staying alive through all of this, and here comes the dive as well. Nico Baby infests. No, actually ends up dropping the life stealer, so a 2-for-1 in favor of NIGMA. They will continue to pressure Limp. No more remnants to speak of. SyndereN destroys him. S4 now, in the meantime, trying to go up the cliff, but somehow, some way, Weeha has stayed alive throughout all of this. Double kill for him, a 4-for-1. Although I believe FNG died in that fight too, didn't he?
I think so. Didn't he? Yeah, he did.
He might die
again. The first casualty. You
slowed.
cannot underestimate how powerful Undying is in these kind of fights. Oh my god, Kuro's destroying in this game. You wouldn't think he'd been out with an injury, would you?
Yeah, that is
But you know what? I really love it, this game, actually. With how it's going and what their plan is with their lineup, this actually makes so much sense. That's cool.
They're trying to initiate. LSA is there. Oh, Lasso not in time, but it's not really going to matter. They have the damage. Now Miracle is just jumping in with that Battle Fury Yasha. Fearing absolutely nothing. The arena is here, along with the Mortimer's Kisses. That should be enough to take out Mind Control, despite the tanky nature. 2-for-1 to start things out. Weeha really wants to go back in. Is going for the BKB, as you suggested, SyndereN, so good job. I mean, he is relatively fast, but and the Flame Break has been pretty on point for him this game, despite his... I mean, the only mistakes, quote-unquote, that he's made is just being out of position a couple times solo, which, as I say that, he's not solo technically.
Kuroki is here he heals himself. You see where the priorities lie.
Gonna keep him alive a little bit longer. Weeha, like the cookie will be there as well, but Kuroki TP's out. Kidding me? Good lord. SyndereN keeping Weeha alive now. Is this a bait that Mind Control and company wanted here? Has mech up in 1 second, but dies shortly before that was available. Now the focus is onto the egg. FNG is getting bursted down as a result, and Nico Baby, mana voided now, Limp on the run. Doesn't have any more remnants, but Miracle, no mana void to work with. Weeha, of course, as we talked about, doesn't really have a blink dagger anyway to close the gap there.
I can't believe we haven't talked about this with a cast with you, right? You love cosmetics more than anything. But just to break that fight down first, we'll get to the cosmetics in a second. I mean,
Weeha has lassoed somebody, SyndereN. It's gonna have to. He have to hold that.
He doesn't
thought.
have any remnants.
He has no remnants again.
So really, the key thing for me when we see these fights play out is how long it's taking Alliance to kill heroes.
Looks to be dead.
It is gone.
And Miracle has the Manta Battle Fury. Actually, he's holding the Essence Ring instead of the Ring of Aquila. That's kind of interesting. Finishing back here very shortly as well. Oh, Arena. Can they kill Mind Control? SyndereN keeps them alive, but finally they do take him out with FNG. Kuroki now completely surrounded, but there's the cookie onto Miracle. This could be a pretty good fight for them. Buyback onto the Lina. It looks like the first to die is actually the Ember Spirit, as I'm dying on my own water here, SyndereN. S4 ticking away. So despite the good initiation onto Lina, it was just the Lina at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, they gave it to Bat. That's also fine. Bat went the BKB, so nice choice here. I'm a big fan of Weeha rushing this.
Okay. Some items should not be purchased by every single hero in the game, like Battle Fury on Anti-Mage. So, Tier 1 tower fortified. It looks like Alliance wants to defend potentially.
Look at Miracle just
Miracle's actually going to be very aggressive here. He's going to find an arena, but there's the heal, the Soul Rip, keeping him alive again. BKB being shown off now by Weeha. Lasso is keeping Nico Baby in place. Does he have Infest? He does. Into S4 he goes. Still, no one has died at the egg. Nice positioning onto the high ground here. Not able to catch anybody off, though. Miracle jumps in again very aggressively. Really relying on Kuroki to get these soul rips off, but might have bitten off too much to chew. Aegis is still intact, of course. It doesn't really matter. Mars dies, buys back into the game. Kuroki trying to heal himself now. Finally will be brought down, and that is just a position 5 Undying that takes so long to be taken out. Miracle still with that Aegis intact, and Limp, mana voided to death. Nico Baby kind of isolated here. It does have S4 in the vicinity. As you can tell by the positioning of Team NIGMA, they want to go in for more. S4 completely drained of mana. Weehaw getting healed up thanks to GH, and it looks like they'll find another kill in the form of the lifesteal, and Handstand looks to be next, and this is just getting completely out of control. The heals from both Undying and Phoenix, and since Lina ended up getting the Greaves, her as well.
Worst case scenario, he dies once, but best case, they spend a ton of resources trying to kill him once, gets soul ripped, gets stun raid, stays alive, and the fight's just mega easy after that for them. So really good stuff. Limp's gonna get caught here. He's trying to TP. There's an Invis Batrider on him.
But on the other side of the map, there is a smoke gank just for your Phoenix. So an Ember for Phoenix, even being down 19k, probably not what you want to see. Weehaw, nice flame break to start things off. Undying's Tombstone continues to stay alive despite the little Shredder being used. Weehaw with that double kill. Triple kill, in fact, as Nico Baby now on the run. This will likely be very close to a GG. Miracle still with Aegis. I mean, I guess that shouldn't be too big of a surprise considering it is so difficult to kill anybody, including the position 5s. And there's the GGs. Alliance just outclassed this game.
Yeah, flat out just destroyed. I was with the panel. I kind of agreed with them that I thought Alliance's lineup was going to be easier to execute, but if you get that bodied in your lanes, no lineup is easy to execute.
Yeah, I'd go with Alliance for sure, but because of that game 1 and the way they outplayed Alliance, I'll go with NIGMA once again. But they have stuff to deal with Meepo, really. They have multiple stuns. The laning stage should be very difficult for NIGMA.
What do you think of the name Light Strike Array? Have we had this conversation before?
I'm not sure.
We're gonna have to hold that thought center because S4 is about to die in the bot lane. I know everybody's just waiting with bated breath to see what your reaction to that is, but could be. We'll have to ask Slacks one day.
Could ask Luminous. He named himself after the hero.
That is actually very true, and he does like anime, if I remember correctly. Top lane, LSA is there. Batrider
Nice
not going to be able to
rotation.
get out of dodge. Limp successful with that gank.
When there's 2 full waves and 4 heroes, it's the most insane burst. Like a 250 damage nuke with no travel time. It's pretty crazy. Storm top, easy pick.
Looks like Mind Control will take a tumble. So Limp now level 8.5.
The other item could go on the Undying or the Phoenix. And then they hit this brutal timing around the 25-minute mark where everything comes together. And Alliance need to try to make some moves, I think. I don't know if you're happy if you know this Meepo is just farming.
Yep, that's true. We'll see if they do anything about that. But Storm trying to chase out his brother in Ember Spirit, but Weehaw is here with the nets. Looks like Limp will survive, but Sunray keeping Weehaw healthy in the meantime. Crushes there. Connect on Miracle now. Still has a couple remnants to work with. S4 just getting kited right now, but Alliance does get that bounty rune. It's going to take heavy damage for their troubles. Miracle, he could still potentially go for this. Searing Chains with the remnants coming in. That should be enough. Nope, the Crush is there and the bash to follow. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Now Weehaw coming in for FNG. This looks to be a very easy kill for him.
Got the haste in there.
Being a 3-for-1 across the board.
Something that Alliance have done this game, though, against it is they've drafted relative mobility, right? Slark Storm can pretty easily get out of Supernova. Slardar has Sprint. You have Hand of God as an AoE heal against all the spread damage that Phoenix does, which is also nice. Nico Baby will TP out here. Nope, they got him. Ooh. Just barely.
Yeah, he did pop his ult for that. And it looks like he'll just be chased down. Ends up being an easy one at the end of the day. But mid lane, we're going to have some action come into fray here. Tombstone is placed, and Miracle doing a really good job of kiting them from afar. Limp still has enough mana to zip away, and S4 is healthy enough. Oh my god, that soul rip. Heal from Chen, but it's not going to be enough as S4 trying to turn this around. With Limp's help, they're going to be able to be successful in that 1-for-1. Lasso is onto Limp right now. He's going to pop that wand and zip on away, but there's the egg to follow. TP support is coming, but Mind Control is going to have enough damage to take out that Storm Spear, and the egg will connect onto Handskin as well. So Team NIGMA, I thought they were at the disadvantage there, but they ended up turning that around big time.
He's not only part of team fights. This was a 2-hero move. between Undying and Ember. Just gets in there, starts smacking the Starter and the Storm, and he survives all of their damage because the creep wave is nearby. Soul Rip, completely fine. And now, this is when it gets challenging for Alliance, because you're losing... Oh, let's see. Jump in.
Baby. They try to go on top of him. He's going to pop his ult. Mind Control looks to be the death for the Dire, as Miracle now on the run. Has the drums, phase boots tucked away. Like GH
it's good news for Alliance that they flushed them out there. That's what I was going to... Oh, S4. He is okay, I think.
He takes heavy damage, but should survive unless Miracle goes even more ham, which he's attempting to do right now. S4 does die, but will it cost Miracle his life is the question. Soul Rip keeping him alive again, but Remnant to the other side of the jungle. And just Team NIGMA just feels like they're getting away with murder constantly.
It's constant slight chains. I'm just not feeling it. So they have to avoid that NIGMA start taking over areas. Houndskin's gonna die here bottom for sure.
Yep, he is certainly dead. And we have a double TP top, actually. So Kuroki is here, Tombstone's available, Miracle as well. We're going to attempt to chase S4.
Missed the chains.
Only one zombie chasing him right now. Yeah, chains didn't connect, so that might break things up. But I've said that before, and it feels like they just continue to pile on this pressure.
Bring the spark.
Initiation onto Kuroki. We've seen this story before. It doesn't really end well, typically for Alliance in this series at least. Weeha now applying all his pressure onto S4. Getting healed thanks to Chen. We'll be able to take out anybody to start this fight. His Phoenix Egg pops off. Looks like Weeha is going to drop it. Gets healed at the last moment. Trying to run away. Will be successful now in the lasso onto the Storm Spirit as they lost S4 as well, who's forced to buy back into the game. Soul Rip again keeping Weeha alive. They are just unfreaking killable, apparently. S4 does not want to die back here. His Handskin might just be beating his life away. Triple kill for Miracle. Now Nico Baby in the trees. Do they have the vision? Do they have the lockdown in order to take him out? They're past the tier 1 tower, which is still up and running. Weeha is not even helping his team, just going for the objectives right now. The Sunray with that E-Blade combination, S4, this likely will be a dieback. Finally ticks away. And they do get the tier 1 tower after all said and done.
Be the Initiators get an instant kill on either Phoenix or Undying, and then I think their lineup gets to shine.
By the way, I don't know if you mentioned this, Mind Control's build exactly the same as last game on Lina, but this time on the Bad Riders. You can see initiation onto Chen. Looks to be an easy one, but he has the mech going for Greaves now, so it's just this all-out heal strat again, which I guess we shouldn't be surprised by since we did see it last game. Miracle. Like the Yules is there, but Limp taking the brunt of the damage. Bash is there for S4, but again, the heals just continuing to come in as Alliance is just getting completely dumpstered right now. S4 just an afterthought. Very easy kill at the end of the day. 3 for nothing. They're just going to barrel down mid.
Not only do you amplify the Soul Rip, but you can both Soul Rip and lock it. The amount of healing you can output with this is pretty crazy. But when it gets the first and especially the second Aegis, it just tends to win. So big lead here again for NIGMA.
It's one of the safer heroes to have Aegis on as well, because it's really hard to kill him a second time if you position the original Meepo correctly with that Aegis. As looks like Handskin is just going to get soloed here by Miracle, and Alliance are just getting destroyed. Nico Baby pounces, but unluckily for him, he's completely surrounded. The egg not really needed, but either way, 2 kills. 2 more kills, I should say, for Team NIGMA. Sounds like a plan. So GH on this Phoenix having a huge impact in both respective games. Going towards a Shiva's, and I feel like he will finish that if this game is not even over by then. S4 getting caught off guard. One more right click should do it. They're trying to chase him out. We'll finally find him. Nico Baby in the meantime has to pop that ult. Orchid is applied to Miracle, but Weeha just continuing his rampage. Not in a literal sense, although he still has time to do so. Nico Baby chased under the cover of the tier 3 tower, which is now fortified, but it really doesn't matter. And this is feeling very similar to game 1, where we might just see GG's before they even hit high ground. Kuroki's been holding on to this.
There's going to be Tombstone.
He's been holding on to this combo while injured. Now he finally informed his teammates.
He's been planning this for months. Oh, he got caught by a net limb.
Yeah, Limp destroyed now. Does have buyback, but see how much it actually meant. They do have one more fight in them technically, since he does have buyback. But they're gonna have to give up this Rax at the very least. NIGMA could go for top lane as well, as they do have the tier 2s down. FNG pops that ult, but dies shortly after. This could be a really big kill onto Ember Spirit. Miracle is not healed in time. Does have buyback, but that feels like the first kill in a very long time for Alliance.
I mean, again, I think you have to take any opportunity you're given where the enemy heroes are showing in more than one lane, and you have to try to fight. So if they can get a jump here, for example, on GH, that would be nice, but unfortunately Miracle will find them first. I don't see any way out of this one for S4. Gonna get Yuled and toasted.
Yeah, Weeha finds a kill on the backside as well. So 2 easy kills in the jungle for NIGMA, as they have a 21k net worth lead at 23 minutes. They still have a tier 2 tower, so they cannot get megas. What?
You know what's also gone? Alliance. Alliance are also gone, I think.
Yep, they have
They're gone. They're gonna try, though.
They will attempt this. Remember, no Aegis onto Meepo. Lasso is going to keep poor Limp in place, and that's going to be another easy one, as Alliance just crumbles here amongst the ridiculous lineup of Team NIGMA. Kuroki is back, and the heals have cometh. Undying looks good. I never thought I'd see the day, SyndereN. I talked a lot of shit about this hero, but it looked really freaking good these 2 games. I won't lie.
Oh, you're right. You love shitting on Undying. I completely forgot.